Beginning, the arrival. The first time I saw the stars above Alerion Prime, I realized how small I truly was. I had arrived as part of a diplomatic mission, a human liaison tasked with observing the cultural and technological developments of the planet's dominant species. The Alerions were an enigmatic people, tall, elegant, with skin that shimmered faintly in the light, and eyes that seemed to pierce into the very essence of your thoughts. I had been warned to keep my distance, to respect protocol, to remain invisible in a world that often judged humans as naive and impulsive. Yet, even with those warnings, nothing could have prepared me for the night I first encountered him. I had stayed late in the observation deck, reviewing stellar maps and calibrating sensors. The moonlight filtered through the translucent walls, painting the room with silver patterns. The hum of the research facility was soothing, almost hypnotic. Then I heard it, a soft step behind me. Before I could turn, a voice whispered, "Human." Froze. My heart pounded like a drum. It was not threatening. It was intimate, deliberate, and undeniably commanding. I turned slowly, eyes widening at the figure approaching me. He was taller than any Alerion I had seen, with a presence that filled the room. His features were angular, yet his expression held warmth, curiosity, and something else, something dangerous. "Tonight, I want you," he whispered. "Do you understand?" I blinked, stunned. The words were clear, but their intent was layered, almost impossible to decode. Was it an order, a request, or something else entirely? The unexpected connection. I took a cautious step back. I'm not sure I understand," I said, my voice trembling. He smiled faintly, a shadow of amusement in his eyes. "Do not overthink it. Sometimes the universe delivers moments that cannot be ignored. Moments that demand honesty." I swallowed hard, unsure if I should comply, retreat, or flee. He was an alien, a representative of a species far beyond human comprehension. Yet his words carried a weight that felt personal, magnetic. "I cannot simply," I started. "Why not?" he interrupted gently. "Because you are human. Because you fear what you do not yet understand." I hesitated. Every fiber of my being screamed caution, yet a part of me, a part one hadn't acknowledged until now, longed to know what it meant to be seen in this way. To be desired, not for utility or diplomacy, but simply for myself. He took another step closer. His proximity was intoxicating. I could feel the subtle energy that radiated from him, almost like a gravitational pull. "Look at me," he said softly. I did. And in that instant I saw not just an alien, not just a representative of an advanced civilization, but a being capable of emotion, desire, and vulnerability. I think I understand," I whispered. He nodded, satisfaction flickering across his features. "Good. Then let us speak honestly. No pretense. No rules. A night of discovery." What followed was an exchange unlike any I had ever experienced. We shared stories not of politics or science, but of our dreams, our fears, and our unspoken desires. I learned that his people, while technologically superior, often struggled with the weight of expectation. They were trained from birth to obey protocol, to maintain appearances, to suppress impulses that could disrupt social harmony. "I've learned to hide what I want," he admitted, voice barely above a whisper. "But tonight, I no longer wish to hide." The room around us seemed to shrink, leaving only the two of us in a bubble of understanding and intensity. Every glance, every subtle movement, carried meaning. Every pause held anticipation. For my part, I realized that my own feelings of isolation, of being a stranger in a foreign world, mirrored his. In that silence, our barriers fell. Curiosity became connection. Connection became something far more profound. Trust and vulnerability. Hours passed, though time seemed to stretch and bend unnaturally. We spoke of things humans rarely reveal. Moments of weakness, fleeting desires, and the fear of rejection. "I trust you," he said suddenly. A statement so simple yet so weighty it made my chest tighten. I faltered. "I don't know if I can say the same. But I want to try." He stepped closer, closing the distance between us. Not aggressively, not threateningly, but deliberately, like the tide rising to meet the shore. "The universe gives few opportunities for honesty," he murmured. "We must seize them when they appear." And in that silence, in that moment, the whispered promise he had given me at the start of the night became reality. Not in a physical sense, but in understanding, intimacy, and mutual respect. Ending. A new beginning. By the time the first rays of Alerion Prime's sun filtered into the observation deck, everything had changed. The whispered desire of the night had not been merely a fleeting temptation. It had been a bridge, connecting two beings from vastly different worlds, bound not by species or protocol, but by choice, honesty, and the courage to acknowledge what they truly wanted. He looked at me, eyes gleaming. "Tomorrow, the world will resume its rules. But tonight, we existed freely. Remember that." I nodded, heart racing, feeling a profound sense of clarity. The universe was vast, full of chaos, storms, and incomprehensible phenomena. Yet in the silence of the night, I had found something rare. Connection, trust, and the courage to face desire without fear. And as the sun rose, casting golden light across the observation deck, I knew this was only the beginning. Not just of a relationship, but of a journey that would challenge everything I thought I knew about humanity, alien civilizations, and the limitless possibilities that exist when one embraces honesty in the silence of the night.